Oh my gosh, there's so much crap in this closet. I can't even. This is my office. Don't you love this color? It's called, I don't remember. But hello and welcome to O Stitch. Hello and welcome to O Stitch Happens. That was really not my gig, was it? Hello and welcome to O Stitch Happens. My name is Levi. I can be found on Instagram as wtfknitting. Without the singing. I live in Central Ohio with my partner and our 2 dogs. So I'm a registered nurse that I work in fraud, waste, and abuse in the Medicare Advantage space. Thank you all so much for last week's response. I did want to talk just one thing about those segments. They're at the end, so you don't have to watch them. I'm not forcing you to. That's why I put them at the end. I told you cross stitching is over here. And you don't have to watch them. So please don't feel obligated. Once I say the cross-stitching is over, if you don't want to hear any of my thoughts or personality or blah, 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 then that is a good point at the video just to cut it off. Just to hop off and move on to the next floss tube. Because after that point, then we got things to talk about some days. And I know some of you aren't really into that, which is completely 1,000% fine. I'm not here to torture you. I mean, I am here to torture some of you, but like not all of you. Okay? So, I wrote down email about the table. I don't remember the email. So, apparently it really didn't stick. So, but anyways, so once I say cross-stitching's done, if you don't want to hear my ranting about whatever I'm going to rant about, then it's a good time to step out and move to the next one. So we can still be, well, we don't need to be friends. You can watch me and have fun. Well, I have here labeled starts, and then I literally just piled everything on top of everything when I was here. I have no FOs this time, which is also kind of crazy. My face, if you're noticing, it looks crazy. That's because, okay, listen, I have made fun of my mom forever. She always talks about this barometric stuff. And she's like, oh, it makes me so sick. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I got bad genes from you, woman. You gave me your acid reflux. You gave me my obesity. Like, my grandma had terrible acid reflux. The only thing I haven't got is the thyroid, which I'm pretty sure is knocking on the door at some point. So the other day in Ohio, we have gone from like 70 to 20, 60 to 20. 70 to 20. All like these last... And on Sunday, it caught up with me. I had this massive headache. And then all of a sudden, I was sicker than a dog. Oh my God. Speaking of, that was my thing for last week, was the segment that we're going to talk about at the end. I was sicker than a dog. I vomited. And I'm a very violent vomiter. Like, I go in hard. And that's why my face is all like this. So just ignore it. We're going to talk about market haul. I got some market stuff. I'm going to talk about that. Sicker than a dog. We're going to talk about, I put new saying, but I haven't come up with one, so I don't know what we're going to do. Also, the Bella Filipina. I don't have it. Maybe I'll insert it at the end. I actually found my fabric. It's called Evil Queen by, Be Stitch Me. I'm going to do it on 28 count. On 28 count linen. So that's super exciting. So again, my birthday's May 13th. Start any Bella or any fancy lady that you'd like if you want to participate. I know Melissa's going to do, I'm doing Jasmine, which is a magic lamp or the magic lamp by Bella Filipina. She's doing the rose or whatever the bell version is. They actually just opened up, Bella Filipina just opened up a bellafilipina.com, and you can get that. Really, it's $48 though, so it's kind of expensive. But if you love it, buy it. So let's get started to stitching. 15 minutes in, nothing but yapping. So, here, Eva Queen, since I got up. That's gonna kind of drive me batty. If I find it in the midst of this, so this is what I'm gonna do. Oh, that's pretty, yeah, there we go. So this is what I'm gonna do my Jasmine on, Evil Queen by by Be Stitch Me. So that's really cute. Oh my gosh. And it's 20. Now that I'm reasonable, I do all of my Fancy Ladies on 28 count just because of the beads. So this is Mirabillia birds. This is on a 32 count. Vintage Country Mocha Lugana. And all the called for, all the foliage, I'm doing 1 thread, the bird's over 2. So I've done all the black in the bird. And I'm starting to fill in the bird. And then I'm kind of going elsewhere. This I'm hoping to get done by the end of this month. I don't actually think it's going to get done. If I'm honest, I don't think it's going to get done. Oh, there, okay. So I got to kind of tilt it up on this one. But yeah. So cute. And that is by Quaint Rose NeedleArts on a 32 count Lugana. 1/2 and the foliage in the background, and then the bird is 2/2. And all the DMC colorways. This one here is the Plantation sampler by, 1884 Stitchery. It's done by somebody else, but she revamped it or whatever. And I just did this rose. And okay, has anyone watched Madlock? The new Madlock and Elsbeth? I actually really love, I think that's a Thursday night. I really love their Thursday night lineup. It's like Ghost and there's a show on before Ghost. I don't think I really love that one, but anyway. So I just did this. Maybe turning that down. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's better. All right. Yeah, so I just did this right here. And this is on 40 count Mallow, Mallow by Zwagart. It is like a rustica. It kind of resembles Aida. And I'm doing it 1/2 with all the called for DMCs. And I'm working it in hand, which is kind of tough. But I'm making it happen. So last week, I was talking about things that I was going to add into my rotation. And then I kind of forgot to tell you about it. I'm a pro. So I have this one because this is one of the ones. It's called Slate Santa or Snowman. And it is a shepherd's bush. And it was a kit. So it came with all the stuff to complete it. And this is my favorite. It is 36 count or 30 count weeks Dolphin. This color is... Okay, so I'm making my sister Nightingale on Confer. I am making myself Nightingale on this color. Oh, gosh. So this is going to be bad. So I'm going to have it. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So this is the one I lost in Canada. I thought I left in Canada because I went to Niagara Falls with my family. And we rented an Airbnb. I left my watch charger there. And I thought I left this project because I couldn't find it forever. And then when I was cleaning out my shelves, which are... I hate to even show you this mess. That's all my whips. And then also there's a ton of them on the floor. But anyway, so I thought I left this. And then I took out those drawers from my DMC, and it was behind actually one of the buckets, one of the things. Because I love this. It's all over just one thread. It's really beautiful. I'm really excited to get this finished. And it came with like the little threads and stuff. I worked on this today. I just did more. I did the sticks, the arms. You can see I didn't even finish because my needle's still there. But yeah, so I just did that and that today. I'm going to work on it more. I just got bored and I'm like, oh, okay. I said something today that I said I would never say. Do you know what it was? I said, I don't have anything planned to start. I actually don't have the desire to start. What the devil is going on here? I said, oh my gosh, I cannot say that ever again. I don't know what the heck was going on. Anyways, next one. I'm actually just going to fold this one in half because all the new stuff is... So this is my Mirabilia. So this Mirabilia is put on by Cross by Floss, Lisa. We got together again. And I think I mentioned it and then I didn't really fully go into it. But anyways, so she's doing Mirabilia. I'm doing Mirabilia with her. And this is my Mermaid project. So this is Emerald Mermaid. And she is on 28 count Mercedes by Picture This Plus. This lighting is garbage. Okay, so it's got to be like back here to be like pretty. Okay, so do I need to bring that forward then? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, so it's got to be back here. Okay, so I like to work top down. That's what I was saying, because I started this in the middle because I wanted to make sure I had enough fabric and she was centered on it so that when I do frame this, she looks really lovely. So here's that. So I am doing the skin 2/1 half cross because it's not tint. I did tint here on the first, like, you can see where I did them. Those first 2 rows, I got to rip those out because that second row is janky. So I took the hair, counted the hair up, and counted all the way to the top, and now I'm going to work my way down. And I'm going to put her in a 17 by 11 inch Q-snap so that I can start working down and beading all the stuff. So next time you see her, hopefully she will have some actual like beading in her, which will be super exciting. And I'm just going to start from the top and just work my way down. And I might actually work kind of top all the way through. So do the top from here and just work my way down to the bottoms. But yeah, so 28 count Mercedes, Picture This Plus. So cute. But yeah, so I'm doing her 2 threads over 1 half cross. And there they are. So that's really darling. The one I didn't show you last week was Mystic Garden. I didn't work on either one of these on Sunday. My sister and her wife came over and it was just downhill from there. That's also when I got sick. So like I barely wanted to do anything. Hold on, let me get this. So I was telling you last week about the stones. Right there's the stones. That's why she didn't want this gray, because the stones are gray. I did this. No, I didn't do any more of that. I did this. I did some more of this. And I've done some new, whatever those are called. And those are kind of cool. Those are like where you do the cross over top of the cross, the X. It's like a cross over the cross, the X stitch. It's really cool. And then like these little stone things, they're even really darling. It's kind of neat. I mean, we're really getting into some stuff here now. So it's really just, I still really love her. I just didn't, again, I got really like, yeah, anyways, we already talked about I was sick. And then I did some more. Okay, so let's talk about Monopoly. I'm quitting Monopoly for now. I have found a project that I'm like head over heels with, and I just can't stop stitching on it. And you're going to be shocked when you find out what it is. Because honestly, I was shocked when I found out what it was. I mean, I did it, so like I wasn't really that shocked. But you know what I mean? Like, you know, like sometimes you're like, I just can't put this project down. And this one project is just like taking over my whole life. So this is what Remains by Blackbird. This is on a 32 count straw by Weeks Dye Works. And I've done this. I finished all the coloring there. I've done this. I've done some on that house there. I've finished this heart. I've done some more of these like things going down here. So I've done, oh, and I finished that. And I mainly just did that, and then some more on the house. And then I realized the house is wrong. Oh, I did the roof. I did the whole roof. And then I had to rip out the windows and the door that I had already put in there because it's wrong. So anyways. What Remains is Love by Blackbird. And I'm doing those in the Vicki Clayton silks. 2/2. On 32 count straw. And okay, so if you go to eBay right now, there are 2, or 3. There's 3 because one's like an ornament, which I didn't love. There are 2 butterflies by that Sue, last name Lentz. Oh, they're so darling, but they're so expensive. They're like $30. I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe they would have been like 10. And then I try to give them an offer and they're like, no. We know who you are, Levi. We're like, no, not today, sir. Pay full price. This is the Christmas Hollow by Carriage House sampling on a 36 count Truffle by Picture This Plus. I just did more of the letters. This is a temperature stitch. It's been called once. I even wrote that down on that paper. I'll probably find it once I'm done. But yeah, I just did some more words. So the words are all done now. There's a peacock down here I was going to start. And then I just got... Oh, we watched G20 on Prime. It has Viola Davis and the guy from Blackish. And it was so, we're not like real bang it up, bang bang movies. But it was so good. It was good. And it wasn't like a really like abrasive bang. Oh, I guess it was. It was, stop talking. Okay. It was good. You should watch it. It's G20 on, I think I showed this the last time. I did. You know why? Because I taped after 2 o'clock and I didn't bring the thing. So let's not even, I'll just show you. Tree of Life. I showed this. I know I have. Because I was talking about how I had to come in down and finish up these 1/1 stitches. And they're considered a specialty stitch. I love this still on 22 count. 2/1 on 28 count Aida. Or whatever they tell me to do with the specialty stitches. My next one. Oh, okay. I was watching. Okay, I've been really into gay movies. Can I just tell you how terrible some of these gay movies are? I just like, okay, so Prime. I don't know why I've been on the Prime kick, but anyways, probably because I pay per year and it's just there. So anyway, so, oh my gosh. Okay. So I was watching, I don't remember what, and then whatever we were watching quit, and then Red, White, and whatever it is with the prince and the guy that's the son of the president, and they have like a little thing and blah, blah, blah. Well, that ended. And then this other show came on called Bananas. Or Banana. I don't know if there was an S. But anyways, oh my gosh. Okay, there are so many stars in this I guess it's a series. And it's kind of a gay lesbian series. And there are so many stars, like the girl that played in that became the girl Waganda. Oh my gosh, why can't I say that word now? Wakanda. So it was the sister that made all the like tools and stuff and his outfit and things. She was in that movie. The girl that was in The She King or whatever with Viola Davis, she was in that movie or that show. And then there were like 2 other people that I'm like, oh my gosh, they're like stars. They were in that show. And then I watched this other good show, but I don't remember what it was called. And dude, okay. We got ladybugs. They're crazy. Okay. I've been watching very bad gay movies. And I was working on this while I was watching Banana. And then there was a spinoff, I believe. I couldn't tell which one came first. There was one called Banana and there was one called Cucumber. And I watched both of them. And the first one was more about like every episode there was something different about it was a different situation. And then the other one was just kind of like a continuous of one of the characters from the Banana one. So I'm assuming the Banana one's first and then the Cucumber. It doesn't matter. This is Ann Thomas, 1854. I did have a question about this. Someone asked what the fabric I'm using. It is a 32 count Lugana. It started out as apricot, the color. So it was a bright like orange peach color. And then I took the red RIT dye and the chocolate brown RIT dye, did a cap of each and did 4 cups of water and boiled the water, put in the salt. I put in, I just doused the salt in. And then the coloring, and I didn't do it. I did it all in a pot. And then, the water's in a pot. I put in this baking dish that I only dye in. And I did a cap full of red, a cap full of chocolate brown, and 4 cups of water. Stirred it in the glass pan, and then submerged this in water first. And then I put it into the boiling water. And then I put the glass dish into the microwave and boiled it. And then I washed and dried it. And then I kept saying that I put marigold. This is not the one I put marigold on. So every time I'm like, see the yellow? No, it's the original color of the thing. Because there was one that was pink-ish, and I wanted it to be more like a yellow pink. And I kept thinking it was this one, and it's not. It's not this one at all. This one actually started off as apricot, the color apricot, and Swag Art Lugana. And I just did this. I'm almost done with this, actually. I worked solely here, getting all of this done. And I've got the bud here. I'm going to start the other bud there. And this one I still have to do about, I think, 1,200 more stitches for the month. So I'm just going to continue working here, even though I do the diagonals. I just really want to get this done. So I can kind of have like a little bit of like an accomplishment, like an FO. Like a FO. Like a motif FO. Because like I got a win, and a win. I just need a win. I just need a win. That's all I need. I just need a win. That's it. So yeah, I did all that there. But that's what I did. This one here, Sarah Parker. I love her. I don't know if I did it. Oh yeah, I did. I finished this. I got that done. Yeah, because I remember saying, oh, I got that and that. So yep, I finished that. And the last time I freaked out, nobody asked, but it was this here, these 2 little yellow dots. I thought Winston might have peed on it, or Fendelin. Honestly, that's what I thought. That's why I kind of freaked out. But yeah, so I just did this. And I want to slate this for a finish in June. And I kept saying cream and sugar. It's actually milk and honey and cream and sugar. So this is cream and sugar. And I think I kept calling it or milk and sugar. And it's cream and sugar. So she has one. This is Fiber on a Whim, 18 count Aida. I am doing it 1 thread over 1 Aida square with the dinky dyes. This one comes in a DMC conversion, a dinky dyes, and an overdye. I did the dinky dyes. And I'm doing it 1 over 1. And there is some 1 over 1 here because I started this before I knew anything about like 1 over 1. I don't know what the saying is, but it's right there. And that hopefully will be done in June. I'm hoping. Can we hope? Can we hope that it'll be done in June? I don't know. Oh, here's my new start. Yeah, I didn't bring over... I don't know where that paper is. I'm going to find it. Okay, was anyone this surprised? If you knew me, which again, we haven't been friends for very long, so you may not know me, but I love birds. And I was telling Lisa this past week when she came over, I said, I wish I never told people that I love birds, because I have a whole bird tree now, because everyone gives me birds. My mom especially brings me all kinds of birds. I wish I could tell you what fabric this is. It's Fiber on a Whim. I think it's called Stream, if I'm not mistaken. And it is a 40 count, and I'm doing 1 thread. This owl looks crazy right now. He looks like a skeleton. That's fun. Anyway, so this is called Extraordinary Bird Sow by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. I am doing around 1050-ish stitches a week. I am slightly behind being that... Oh, no, wait. It's only Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So I'm not that behind. So I'm doing 1,000 stitches a week to get the whole birdhouse done. the cage, the aviary done. But yeah, that's where I am. I'm really excited. This is, oh, and I forgot the threads. That's okay. This one here, again, I'm still trying to figure out how the next months are going to, the next month is going to be. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a vlog-ish. Let me know if you like that idea. If not, it kind of just be whenever I can get to it. Because my partner, again, will be home, and it's kind of, you know, he likes to monopolize time sometimes, and you know how it is. So I'm doing 2, 3, 4, and I didn't bring back the person that convinced me to start this, but I'm doing on 46 count. This is just a plain Swag Art 46 count white. I am doing it in all the called for DMCs. I am doing the 324 colors. That's because we talked about it last week. I was doing that DMC thing. So you saw it with this done. I don't think I had those done. And then I've done last week's. So I'm doing 9 per week because this sheet here, this isn't the sheet, but these are the colorways. See, 9, 9, 9. She did it where you could do 9, 36 colorways, and she did it in the blocks of 9. That's how I got the 9 thing. And I thought, oh, 36, that'll get me close to being done by the end of the year if I stay on task. This week we're going to start in blue and like a purple. Maybe it's like a bluish purple. I'm not sure. I haven't picked the colors yet. And how I do it is I just take my threads, and I've labeled both sides 1 through 9. And here 1 through 9. And I just go and because it's 46, so it barely takes any thread. So I just take one length of thread out and cut it in half and then attach it to each hole. So that's how I know 1 through 9. And I go from 1, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's how I use it. And that's really a lot of fun. I'm doing that with my friend Melissa. She worked on it some. Kim had already started it. I don't know if she actually worked on it because I didn't realize she was doing a whip. I didn't know she was doing like a whip wheel. So that's kind of fun. I thought maybe I'll do that instead of Monopoly. Because there's also some project I'm just not really loving either. So I'm kind of like on this band of like, am I going to say that I'm going to continue on with doing all my whips, every 25 whip every month? That's a hard sell. I don't know about it. But I did pick this one back up, which has been a lot of fun. So this is the new normal. This is on Bronze Age by Live and Die LA. This is in the true colorway, and I've actually done all of this. I'm finishing out my bubble, and then I'm going to go back in and finish the bubble. I'm currently now working my way across on the 80 mark, but when I come over here, I just did the 100 because I wanted to get the second bubble in. I wanted to get my fourth bubble done. So I came down and did my bubble, and now I'm going to go back in this week and fill it in. And it's so it is so glorious. This is probably, I fell out of love with it for a bit. And then just this week, I'm like, I am really digging it. I'm digging it again. And I think sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. Like, especially if you've worked on something for a long time and it's 40 count. So 40 count's like a rough spot for me. But I do love it. It really like tickles the pickle. I don't know what I did with that. Oh, you know what? It's on my chair because I went to collect all the stuff. That is exactly where it's at. This next one, put a bird on it. Oh, gosh. Can you tell me what? Oh. Hold on. There we go. Put a bird on it. This is dyed by Rwanda in Rwanda, yeah, in Canada on Etsy. This is a single dye, and so is the fabric. It's an 18 count Aida. I am doing it 1/1. Oh, the new normal, I am doing it with 1 thread over 2 on 40 count. My 3/2/4, I am doing that also on 46 count with 1 thread over 2 with the DMC called. This here, I'm doing it on 18 count with 1 thread over 1 Aida square. I have changed this to, I think it's 156. And it looks really like bright there. Like it doesn't look like it melts in, but it actually looks really good in person. And I wanted that because that spot was so large, and I kind of just wanted to like blend into the fabric when you see it from far away. So it's fun. I'm really excited. And there's a black duck here. Sorry, it's not black. It's just a duck. I'm going to do it in black. Probably like Coal by Weeks or Coal by Weeks. Coal. I was trying to think of another color and it just wasn't coming. It wasn't coming. It wasn't coming at all, actually. Because I was thinking, you don't even want to know what I was thinking. Oh, gosh. Anyways, I wanted to do the black. I wanted the swan. It's not black. I wanted the swan in black. And probably coal. I was actually going. I was going to say a green color. And I can't remember now because I've laughed so hard about it. Terrapin. I was going to say and that's a green. It's like a dark green. That is not going to work out, sir. If you want a black swan, terrapin is green. Okay, let's consult. Oh, okay. So the last one. Now you've got to know that the last one, I am literally loving every minute of this project now. Remember last week when I was like, last Sunday, when I was like, I hate this project. I just can't with it anymore. I just want to let you know, look how much I've done. Okay. Here's what I've done before. I mean, this is the backside of it. So anyways, that's how much I've done prior to, and I just kept telling you how much I did not love it. Well, then I was talking to Lisa and Lisa was like, I like using sulky on 18 count. And I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. I kind of forget about sulky. Like I have a collection, because again, I told you last week I went down the rabbit hole of the sulky craze. And I didn't go like crazy where I didn't buy the you know, the thing, like the plastic case everyone bought. I just bought like individual ones. And I remember now because I bought the sulkies to do Christmas Rose, because I was going to do Christmas Rose on 32 count Sahara by Swagger. So it's that yellow, it's like vintage country mocha, but it's yellow. And I bought all these green reds, and I bought like where they came in like packs of 5, and then packs of like 9 or 10 or whatever. And anyways, she's like, oh yeah, I like to use sulky on 18 count if I have like the colors and blah, 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 like I can convert all of them. It's like, I did go down that rabbit hole, and I did buy like a bunch for Christmas, like to do the Christmas Rose. And I was like, well, this is a Christmas pattern. I should have whatever it is. Okay. I'm really excited about this, and I hope you are too. Okay, hold on. You can't be excited with your mouth dropped. Okay. I have done, I think, like 1,200 stitches. I've done like 12 or 13, maybe 1,400 stitches on this. Just by, who would have thought? Who would have thought to save this project just switching the threads? Who would have thought? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? So the only thing missing on this is I have a gray. I have 2 grays. I have a lighter gray and then I have a darker gray. I picked the DMCs out. They're not really that close. I mean, these colors are pretty decent. Like the 2 greens are pretty decent. I'm not going to have enough of this green here. I know that for sure. And I'm not going to have enough for the deer. So I've ordered another spool of the deer. And how I am going to manage it is I am going to finish my head, because I was watching, her name was Sloan Stitches, and she has a long dog where she did a horse. And there's a huge horse in it, and she was using, I want to say it was sulky, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been DMC, but I'm pretty sure it was sulky. And her horse is two-toned. Like, she's like, I gotta rip it out. And then someone gave her the suggestion of like feathering the 2 colors together, so it kind of looked like it was a purposeful. But anyway, so I was like, oh yeah, that could happen to me, because it's this this deer is 4,000 stitches. Oh my gosh, so many stitches. And I didn't think about it until I didn't think about it until I was like here, and I was like, oh yeah, this isn't going to get me there, because I did the math last night, and on 36 count, one thread over two, I can probably get, and I'm a thread, like I will use the thread until it's shredded. And I will like lick, stick, lick, stick, lick, stick, lick, stick to get to the end of the row if I can. Which is really disgusting, but that's okay. But who is exciting? So anyways, moral of the story is I have the only colors that are not represented on this is I have a white, but it's kind of like a very light, like pearl white kind of, instead of like their white, but I think it'll look fine. I'm going to do some stitches here probably tonight. I'm going to rip this out here. And I have a like hunter green also that I'm going to have to use because I won't have enough of this color, because this color takes like 3,000-ish stitches. And the problem is mathematically it would match, but the thing is like, here's a bunch of start and stops. This was like, I went down one, threaded it off, came down, did that. So like there was a bunch of like starts and stops there. There's a bunch here. There's also these massive trees that need the green. So what I'm going to do is, actually I'll show you on this. So it'll look like this. So where this tree is here, I'm not going to take it out, but this tree here, see how it's a darker green? I'm actually going to use the dark green in all those trees. There's like maybe 10 of these trees, and I'm going to use the darker thread for that. And then there's also a very large tree that has the same like motifish looking stuff. I'm going to do that in the dark. Just because I don't want to like run out, and I have that dark anyways, and I kind of really liked that the dark looked more like a pine tree other than these they're like very light. So I'm going to use the green for these. You can't really tell, but I might have it here. Hold on. I have my iPad. Okay, so let me tell you about this pad I have here. We went on vacation with my nephews, and one of them little shits knocked it off the couch and didn't tell me and broke it. Little turkey birds. Okay, hold on. Mock up. Okay. So all these trees right here, that one, that one, that one, that one, all of the trees that have that diamond with the red right here, those there, that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, that's it. Those will all be done in the green, because where you can't see it, it's actually white, like in the spaces in between all that. So it'll look really pretty, like with the dark green. And I think that'll be enough to get me through so that I don't have to buy the green. And I mean, if I have to, I'll buy the green. It doesn't matter. But oh my gosh, I'm loving this. I have done, actually I can tell you. I'll just look it up here. I forgot I had this with me. So how's everyone's Tuesday? How's everyone's week? I am having a rough go this week. I've done 1,703 stitches. 1,703 stitches. Can you believe it? Out of a project that I hated. So that's how much green there is. That green is that brown. So there is a lot. Anyways, how's everyone doing? It's Tuesday. Okay, so we're like hump days coming tomorrow. Work days off. This probably won't go up till Thursday. I'm hoping to get it done before then. That line, I really need to get it painted. Yeah, I don't remember what the email is for the table. But anyways, it's Wednesdays. We can be here before we know it. Isn't it weird that we live for the weekend? Isn't that an odd concept to live for the weekend when the weekend is so short and you have 5 days of like working? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I also had a project. Since me and Lisa got together, I did work on Faith. I didn't bring it. I actually don't even know where it is currently. I was looking at it for my to get some things for my portfolio. I had a lot of hard. Sewing this week is not my friend, so I'm not going to talk about her. I wanted to talk about Market. It says, don't be critical. I don't know. I got my stuff from Keepsakes. And, okay, I got to tell you, okay. I'll keep this for last because I want to tell you a very funny story. And some people don't like my stories, but I love them. So I bought Joy. The only thing I wish Keepsakes would have done was when I put Joy in, that it would have brought up the floss pack, which maybe they didn't even know about, but also, like, I just wish I knew there was a floss pack, because if I knew that they didn't have it, I could have found it somewhere else. But also, I was like, they were leaving, and I was ordering the week before. So they may not even had it. I don't know. But I just wish I would have known, because everything was so secretive on, like, Shakespeare's Peddler's website. Everything was so, like, secretive. Oh, my gosh. Me and Lisa are going to start this. I've got everything. I've got the overdyes and the three recommended DMC. I may try to find like an overdyed in my stash for the green, because the blue is really insignificant and so is the pink. I just really think that green is really pretty, honestly. But I just wish I would have known. That's it. Other than that, everything, I mean, it went without a hitch. Stephanie shipped it very quickly. I think it took like 3 or 4 days. And then it was at my door. You know, they live in Cincinnati. The business is in, well, they live in Cincinnati too, but the business is Cincinnati. I live in Central Ohio. So she had it out and I got it in a day or two. I just wish I would have known there was a floss pack. So I got the overdyes for that from 123 Stitch. I bought some baked clay. I've never had baked clay before. It is really beautiful. It is beautiful. It's a small piece. I don't remember what I bought it for. But then I bought this. Oh, this is why I said don't be critical. Okay. This is partly my own fault, but also partly like the influence of Flosstube. Several Flosstube people said that this particular sampler right here was in this book. They said that the reproduction was in this book. A handful of Flosstubers that had bought this. I get it, and it is not. And you could have told from the very first top, because it has strawberries on it instead of cherry. Well, I don't know if they're cherries, but they look like cherries. And then it has this like Cornwell stuff in the center of it. So it's definitely like a inspiration-y thing. But like, I have loved this sampler forever. I remember seeing this on eBay. I don't even know if it says she bought it on eBay, but I see this thing on eBay. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. It's super cute. And then I bought this. Oh, this was the other thing. So I bought this from Keepsake. I didn't realize there was a frill. I've never actually purchased one of these. So I bought this off of 123 Stitch, and I bought this off of Keepsakes. And I wanted to tell you a story about nativity scenes. Okay, if you don't know, I love my grandmother, and I wish every day. Oh, thank you for helping build a real house for a disturbing family. Presented the tiny hometown's prophet, the Habitat for Humanity in the Greater Cincinnati. Oh, wow, that's so cool. I didn't know that. But also, why would I've never seen a tiny town before in person. Like, I've seen them, like, stitched up. But anyways, I didn't know there was a thrill. And the only reason why I found out there was a thrill is because I was texting Pam. Pam and I were talking, and we were talking about what we got from Market. And I was like, oh, I just bought 2 things. I bought this and that. And she's like, this is what I bought. And she sent me a screenshot. I'm like, oh, what's a frill? And she's like, it's an add-on to your, like, chart. It's like a little secondary piece for the chart. Well, I didn't know that was a thing. Anyways, again, if I would have known it, or it would have been like linked in below, I would have just picked them up. I would have picked it all up from Keepsakes, but again, I guess I didn't know, because I've never done a tiny town before. Anyways, funny story. My grandma, I adore my grandma to death, and my grandma had this. She, God love her. she had a nativity scene, a nativity set from, she always kept saying the Vatican, but I don't know if it probably was from Italy, but but I don't know if the Vatican would have or whatever the Christian Catholic thing is. I'm really lost for words. Either way, whatever she said, she got it from Italy I want to say it's the Vatican, right? Who knows? Whatever it is. And it was expensive. Anyways, my grandma, from I don't even remember when until the day she died, swore that my younger sister, Natasha's boyfriend at the time when they were in high school, stole this Italian nativity scene and resold it and gave her a cheap American version of this nativity set. Every time someone asked her about the nativity set, this story would set her off. You think I get set off sometimes? She got way set off. Anyway, so the story of the nativity scene, the set, is she always had it at her front door, and it always had a light. It was basically her nightlight to get into the house. And every time it would blow, I would come over. Whenever I was there, I would put in a new lamp. Then at one point, I'm like, Grandma, we really should get this to LED. So because you leave it on all the time, we don't want to catch a fire. There's dry hay in this stuff and moss and blah, 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 and wood. And let's just get an LED. So I got an LED. So every time it would blow out, I always put a new bulb in for her. And especially the last few years of her life. Now, before, she would do it herself. And so we much like we did, I don't know how we bonded over nativity sets. But anyway, so I got her nativity set. And I'll put a video at the end because I'm not going to do a picture. And anyway, so I got the nativity set after she had passed, and my aunt had packed it all up and put it in a little box and sent it over. And it is the funniest thing. So my aunt gives it to my mom brings it over to my house, and I was taking it out, and the boxes. Okay, so it's actually very weird because it was really expensive for what it is, because it's resin. It's not even a nice it's not even china. It's not even glass. It's resin that's been hand painted by somebody in Italy. So anyways, I was looking at these boxes and I was taking out all the Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus and Gabriel and the Kings, and she's missing a few pieces. She's missing the angel. Try to find them on eBay, but they want to be sold as a set, so you got to buy the whole set. And I have most of that. I need the angel, and there's 2 or 3 other pieces that I need. And anyways, each box said hand painted and hand made and hand painted or handcrafted in Italy. Ma'am, he did not steal your nativity set. Now you should apologize to him from the grave. The set we have is the one you bought from Venice or wherever you were thinking you got it in Italy. Literally. Anyways, that's really funny because the whole time she would mention the nativity scene, it would get her so bent out of shape because she swore up and down he stole this Italy. And each piece was $70 or $80. It was very expensive. I was kind of shocked. And that was 20 years ago. Well, no, my sister is 2 years younger than I am. And she's been saying that since they were 15, 16, maybe 17, 18, 17, maybe 16. So that's a long time ago. That's 25 years ago. So $70, $80 for each piece was $1 million back in the day. Yeah, so it was so funny when I opened this. I was these boxes are from Italy. I was that little pickle, if she actually looked at the boxes, she would have known that these were your original. So it was very funny. And I think what it was is the nativity, the structure is not original to the design. But I think she replaced that. I don't think she bought the barn or, the steeple or whatever. she had picked one up from this Christian-based, or... Oh, the Princey boy is here. Oh, he's so cute. Hi, Princey boy. Come here. Oh, come here, my Princey boy. You coming over here? Well, come here. I'll take you any day of the week. You gonna come here? You want to see your people? Come here. No, he doesn't want to come. He's like a little chicken shit. Come here. Come here. Oh, fine. Anyways, so I think the thing she was thinking of may have been the steeple, because everything I've looked at, it's not the original steeple that came from Italy. So I think maybe, or the steeple, or the stable. Yeah, stable. So I'm thinking maybe she got it confused, because the figurines are from Italy. Anyways, very funny. She's a hot mess. So you better apologize to him from the death, from the bed, from the underworld, from the heavens, because you were wrong, lady. You were wrong. You were so mean to that little fella, and I just think she didn't like him. If I'm honest, I think she thought my younger sister was too good for him. I think that's the truth. I really think so. I think she thought she was too good for him. So that's it for the cross stitching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and give a thumbs up. I try to do a video every the 15th and the 30th, depending on when it lands. And that's it. I'm going to talk about my quotes for this week, and then we're going to go, and that's it, because everything else is kind of the same. So, sicker than a dog. I didn't realize this. So, and I think the thing said 1705 specifically, which is very interesting. Like, how do you know this stuff from 1705? Like, how did it all translate from 300 years ago? So anyways, 1705 specifically, there were other resources that said early 1700s. And the saying this week was sicker than a dog, or I am sick as a dog is what it is. I'm sicker than a dog, or sick as a dog. And it was originally started in 1705 was the original time of this. Like, how did it go back that far? So it was interesting. Two sites, two different things said it was from the Bible, from Peter 22.2 or 22.3. And it was basically saying how dogs were violently ill. I've never read the Bible, so I don't know. But anyways, it was in Peter. But multiple resources said that it was in the early 1700s. One specifically said 1705. And it was about how dogs back then weren't considered companions. So most dogs were like discarded, lived on the streets, and were considered diseased. And that's how we got to the thing where it said sick as a dog. Because back then, instead of dogs being our companions, unless you had super fancy ones, most of them were like runs living on the streets, and everyone was like, oh, they're like diseased, they're like nasty. And that's how you got the quote, sick as a dog. Isn't that interesting? I thought it was going to be more, I thought I was going to go down a rabbit hole so deep, and it wasn't that deep. I just thought it was interesting. And then the Bible verse, it was Peter, I want to say it was Peter 22.2 or 22.3, something like that. It was about the dog vomiting, and that's one of the other. There was only one source that mentioned that, and then there was another one on Isaiah something. But that was one specific source, and the other ones just simply said, like, dogs weren't man's best friend back in 1700s. They were used as, like, horses or cows. They weren't, like, domesticated as they are now, living in homes and, being taken care of by people. And then that's how they got it, because they were living on the streets. And that's how everyone thought they were diseased and disgusting. And that's how you got sick as a dog. I was really hoping for something a little more fun. Like, I don't really know what I was looking for, but like I was looking for something more. But anyway, so that was very quick. Sicker than a dog. And then I got sicker than a dog. I know, I gotta tell you, I always thought my mom was like blowing smoke up my butt. Like, there's the quote for the day, blowing smoke up my rear end. Blowing smoke up my butt. Blowing Blowing. Smoke. Blowing smoke up my butt. Okay, that's funny. That'll be it. Even though it'll probably be something as simple as the sicker than the dog. Sick as a dog. Thanks for commenting. Thank you so much for like just appreciating it. It was just something that was just like so, I don't even know what struck the chord about it. It was struck. And I didn't even, that was what the email was about. That I was singling out this one particular, I didn't mention the designer. I mentioned that she was a she, but other than that, I didn't mention anything else. And it wasn't the particular designer that struck the chord. It wasn't even a chord struck by the pattern. It was just the rabbit hole that it transpired into. So I wasn't like ostracizing or criticizing the designer that sent me down the rabbit hole. It was just, I was explaining the whole how it took over one whole evening of my life to go down that rabbit hole. So I just want to let you know, I wasn't like slandering or talking poorly about a designer, because it's, we all have choices here. We all have choices of what we like to stitch. We have choices who we like to support, whether it's a support because you believe in the same belief as them, or if you like them as a person, or if they're near you, or whatever the case may be. So I wasn't slandering anyone. It was just something that I saw that, and then, well, I did, I guess, say, like, was it a money grab? But honestly, that's not a slander. It could have been the truth. We don't know. But anyways, so that is it, I think. I am really loving In Heaven and Nature Sing by Kathy Barrick now. I am on 36 count. I didn't say that either. 36 count Duxbury. 1 sulky thread over 2 linen threads. And I am just in it to win it. This coming week, I'm going to work. I've gotten rid of everything. I've gotten rid of Monopoly. I'm going to put that on hiatus for a bit. I'm just really like, I just need to stitch on what makes me happy. I'm at that point in my, like, I'm just at that point right now this year. I just can't. So I've taken Monopoly off the board. I'm doing temperature stitching if I want to stitch on it. I'll stitch on it. Just right now I'm really loving Nature and Sings, Heaven and Nature Sings. And I'm just going to run with it until it gets to be where I'm like, I'm tired of stitching on this too. But also, I could see me stitching on it until the end. But then I thought today, well, how am I going to tackle that deer's body? Because I was looking, and I think it's like 80 stitches across, back and forth. And I like to stitch all the way across and back, all the way across and back. But that's 80 stitches, baby. That's a long way, honey. Woof! I don't know her, but I don't know if she's the truth. Yeah, I was thinking how I'm going to stitch her. But anyways, so I just wanted to make that abundantly clear that I was not trying to throw anybody under the bus. It's just what struck my chord. And I also said 1, 2, 3 stitch. I meant to say Etsy. I looked on Etsy for the table cross stitching, not 1, 2, 3 stitch. Also, it was equity and occlusion for the purpose of the hem, equity and occlusion. And that's it. We're not going to have anything more serious. We're not going to have anything serious like that. It was just something that was on my mind. I wasn't going to say it. I kind of didn't. I said I need to say something. But honestly, I didn't need to say anything. It was a lot of fun. Anyways, so I'm out of here. I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Oh, and then I was also on, I was watching someone's video, a few days ago, and I haven't been watching any Flosstube. I need to get back to that, because like sometimes you just gotta watch to be like inspired. And maybe that's why I've kind of been like, I'm not doing Monopoly. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here cross-stitching on my own. Maybe that's what I need to get back to I need to get back to Flosstube. Somebody was saying something about you can find a mention on your YouTube channel. So I'm going to look up that this week, because I feel like I haven't checked in a few days. I'm the worst. I don't answer emails. I barely do the thing. I'm going to try. I'm going to get on tonight and figure that out. And somebody I was watching said, oh, you can find like somewhere on you can see who mentions you. So I've got to figure that out because I can't find it on the studio on my phone. So maybe it's like a website only just to see who's mentioned me. I know Sarah Stitchy Spot had mentioned me a few weeks ago, and she is so darling. She is really just darling. I just love everything about her, especially her Mary 365 or 369. I think I have Mary started in this pile of garbage. Oh, pile of beautiful garbage. I think I have 369, Mary 369 or 365 started by Hands Across the Sea. I have it on I want to say it is actually on a tan color from Fox and Rabbit. I think it's a 36 count. And Sulky called Redwork. Am I going to look for it? No, because I don't know where it is. And I think I started it last year. But there's a few things that I can't find. Like I know I've started and I just can't find it anywhere. On my shelf at all. I don't know where it is. Sarah Stitch's Spot was the one I know that because I was watching her the other day and she's so nice. And I really need to stop admiring quietly like she always says. And I just can't. I need to start though. I'm going to start. That'll be my new year, new start. My new year, new goal. Like maybe that's my birthday goal. Like stop admiring quietly. Anyway. But anyways, yeah. So if you're going to do Bella Filipino, let me know that as well. Also, let me know what else you're working on. Again, I need like some inspiration. Again, I'm going to start watching Flosstube again tonight. Or maybe tomorrow at work. Because it's on in the background. Because I'm not on the phone unless I'm in a meeting. So it just kind of sits in the background and talks. So maybe I'll start watching Flosstube. Maybe that'll inspire me again to like get back to doing all the things I was doing. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Toss that floss. Let's attach it. Toss the floss and let's stitch happens. Bye now. Okay, here is the nativity. The nativity scene I was talking about earlier in the video. And of course, I had to gay up Bethlehem. There's little baby Jesus. That's the light. That was her little night light to get into her house. And we turned it to LED so she didn't burn down the house. But yeah, here's the nativity scene that was, I wouldn't say they were handcrafted. I don't know. Hand painted, crafted in Italy. So funny.